The schooner Indomitable crosses the sands as it makes its way towards an island. On its bow rests a young woman with long red hair and dressed in the clothes of a sailor. She is currently writing in a journal as she leans against the railing. "Quartermaster Carver," the voice said, "so you're not slacking off again, are you?" She laughs a bit as she turns. Might see a taller, androgynous person dressed similar to her with a tricorn hat pulled over their hair. Captain Castillo. No, I'm just enjoying some air. Castillo laughs and places her hand on her shoulder. Of course, it's been a long time since we've been back from Northbridge. I'm sure you'd be happy to see your family again. Yeah, 2 years on the Sea of Sand, Marie Carver said, closing her journal and putting it away. The winds have been kind to us. Castillo nodded a bit as they took out a spyglass. Indeed, we should be coming up on the Umbra shortly. I can almost. They paused as they looked into the distance, their face turning concerned. What is it? Marie asked. Smoke on the horizon, Castillo said before turning and shouting, Pick up the pace, the Umbra! We need to get there as fast as we can. Marie blinked for a moment as she reached into her pouch and took out her own spyglass and raised it to her eye. She adjusted it as she saw the mountainous terrain of Umbra in the distance, but she could make out a fleet of ships around it, the sound of cannon fire reaching her ears as they opened fire on the island. And as she took a closer look, she saw a purple flag flying from the largest of them, and it was a symbol of a multi-headed hydra with its many mouths open in a roar. She said to herself. One, she said to herself, knowing the image of the Hydra could only mean that they had finally found her people. With that, I bid you all welcome to Upon a Sea of Sand, my Sundered Isles campaign set within the world of a Sandfaring Realm. A bit different from what you normally get with Sundered Isles, but one that I've wanted to play around with. If you did not see the Session 0, then you would know that. You wouldn't know that. This is a very different sort of world. It is mostly desert. There is no massive bodies of water, as they vanished from the world a very long time ago, longer than most people have lived, or anyone has lived, actually. So, this is the voyages of Captain Marie Carver, our first pirate captain who sails these sandy seas in search of revenge for what was done to her people. And, well, let's see where our voyages take us. Begins upon the Sea of Sand. Long, wild, stretching for miles, and there's no sign. The I've and this is the reaches, farthest place where people have settled in civilization. And then over the dunes comes a ship, massive, with a with was almost if it was to an eerie, unnatural feel to it. Crew making their way the around the deck, coming everything to try and try and because they for their destination, large mesa in the distance. Can, from this, you can see some signs of civilization. The quartermaster knocks on the door to the captain's quarters, calls inside. Captain Carver, we're about to ready to dock. You see black. You can see the lights of black fall in the distance. Very well, thank you, quartermaster. I will be out there shortly. And this is where we get our first real look at Marie Carver in the present day. She's grown her hair out a bit and now wears it in a ponytail. And she dresses in black. She has a torn outfit that shows just kind of the tips of a tattoo on her skin. And she picks up what appears to be a multi-barreled pistol. It's not a revolver, it's more of a pepper box. Older design. She takes a deep breath and she looks out the porthole towards the sandy sea beyond and says, hopefully this will be what we need to find. I'd rather not deal with the principality, but they are the ones that tend to know these things. She picks up a black coat and pulls it on before grabbing her sword. And she pauses for a moment as she looks at the crate that contains this artifact that has caused her so much pain ever since her people were destroyed. Let's see what will happen. First roll of the campaign, we're going to see if we can discern something about this. So I'm going to roll on the theme and what's the other descriptor. Um, oracles. So theme first, 64. Possession, interesting. Possession, 96. Unnatural possession. Yeah, all right. This actually kind of fits what it is, what I've already had in mind. So Marie opens the crate and she looks down into it, and it's an idol. It's an old-looking idol, probably older than anyone even remembers who might have built it. And it's shaped strangely. It's shaped like a shark, like what we would know as a shark. And it's and she places her hand on it, and there's a whisper of a voice. You will not be able to resist much longer. I will deal with you in time. For now, your power is beneficial to me. Mary closes the crate, annoyed with it, but for now, it serves its purpose. Alright, I should probably get going. Oh, Marie heads out of her cabin, and that's where she's greeted by her quartermaster. Let's roll up our quartermaster. Let's start with pronouns. As usual, D6. A 5. They, them. Like, that's a interesting. Alright, so we're going to start with our first look, and I'm going to roll, in addition to these two dice, I'm going to roll this. This is going to be my curse dice. This is actually from a Lord of the Rings inspired set I got off Kickstarter. 40, okay, 43. So it's not cursed. At least this result's not cursed. Rim. Okay, that actually makes sense. Uh, Rim. Second one's going to be 85. 85. Grim and unassuming. Interesting. Okay, that's interesting. I think I can work with that. Okay, disposition. They're part of the crew, so I'm going to say helpful. Maybe not. Role. Sailor. They're a sailor. Quartermaster. Mm, that's their role on the ship. They are the quartermaster, which is essentially the essentially the one with a lot of the authority of the captain. All right, so accessories. 73. Oh, an ornately carved wooden peg leg. Ornately carved wooden peg leg. Interesting. And one more, just for good measure. 55. Um, Jewel-infested pendant. Their weapon. 93. Almost got it cursed that time. A whalebone club. Details. Marie knows them pretty well. They've been part of a crew for a while. So 20 is eh, yeah, it would be kind of weird for this one. I'm gonna re-roll that. 94. Villainous. Interesting. Interesting. I'll have to figure out how uh, that's pirates. 38 is generous and villainous. Nah, that's weird. No, generous to like their friends. Okay, what's their goals? Oh, yes. Oh, I should have re-rolled. Should have rolled up for. Okay, no, it's not. It's not cursed. Oh, wait, I should have rolled twice. Okay, so 95, and it is not cursed. Okay, 95. Uh, okay, that's interesting. Okay, interesting. Give me 1 second. Let's see here. Action plus. This will be action plus theme. I have to find. I thought a fast way to get through this. Okay. Action plus theme. So we'll tell us what their goal is. 57. Their action is inspect. Interesting. Inspect. 84. Inspect stranger. What does that mean? in this context. I'm gonna just write that down. I'll figure out what it means later. Stranger, and their other goal will be 28. Oh, yes. Oh, this is a curse goal. We have our first curse roll. Control a monstrous beast. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Maybe there's different ways. Okay, okay. We'll see if that ever actually comes up. All right. Name 15. Name will be. Let's go with. Let's go with. Um. Let's go with Graves for their last name. What's the. Let's see. Come, as in coming for shark. Well, no. Oh, okay. Okay, they kind of fit. Uh, um, crap. I will have to come back to that. I just dropped my curse die. Okay, let's go with let's get a first. 17. Really? 17. Um, May Graves. I like that as an MAE Graves. Quartermaster. Alright, Mr. Graves. What is the latest? We're on the way to, on our way to Blackfall, Captain. Well, we should be, we should be there shortly. Alright, good. I want, I want the crew ready, to depart as soon as we're done there. Captain, the crew's getting a bit restless. They were hoping to spend some time. Well, Blackfall is not exactly the kind of place that you want to stay in, Mr. Graves. I know, but it's still it would be nice. But we'll see when we get there. All right. This is not safe. These are not safe lands. All right. Let's head to the crew. But but right now we need to get to get to moving. Yes, of course. Are we about ready to make harbor? Yes. We should be coming up on the harbor shortly. Can draw. We can stop there. All right, good. Tell the helmsman that we should. And that's when a cry comes up from the crow's nest. Captain, the town's under attack! Of course they are. And so, we're going to roll it to see what faction is attacking Black Fall. So this is our, what's that called? Our faction influence grid. We have the ones that we established back during session 0. Uh, So I know there's a few empty ones. If there's an empty one, we're gonna make up a new faction and we'll see what happens there. So let's get this start. I'm sorry. There it is. Okay, let's see here. We get a 2. It's interesting. The Fallen Principality. What this is. This is a cursed settlement that's falling under the influence of the principality. So that doesn't make much sense to me. So let's see what else we get. Okay, what the heck? That's another two. Okay, third time's the charm. Why am I rolling? Sorry. Okay, 41. 40, 41's okay, the copper hammers are not a. Okay, okay, let's. 59. Okay. 59 is an established faction. So that's someone who has an influence in this. It's probably the faction over it that's running things over in the other town settlement, I'd say, probably. Yeah, that would get at the Oasis. So that gives us somewhere to start. Start with what type of faction we're dealing with. And we're going to roll. That is a 68. So it is an organization. All right. That's interesting. Okay, so not quite an empire yet. That's interesting. Okay. They do have power over at least the Oasis and probably have some shipping. All right. All right. So that's a good start. Let's see where we go next. Influence, I'm going to make the executive decision that they are localized influence as opposed to more spread out, which makes sense. They probably have, there's more settlements that we don't know about, so on the map at least, so they probably have influence over them and shipping and everything. I'm going to say that for the one relationship that's actually relevant at the moment, they are antagonistic towards the fallen principality, which may change, and there may be other factions that become relevant later, but at the moment, this is the only one that's really important. Thing. For an organization type, they will be traders, like a sort of trading company of sorts that is controlling the water in this region, which makes them very important. Like, who controls the water in any given area of the sea of sand is pretty much in charge of a lot of things. For our little organization, we're going to need two methods. We're going to give them two methods. 43 is where is it? Members adopt disguises or personas. Interesting. Interesting. And 52. Members use a secret greeting. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. All right, let's see if either of those come up. Do some secrets, or two secrets at least. 30. Uh, they are harboring a fugitive within its ranks. Interesting. 14. Corrupt leaders are siphoning resources. Okay, so very. Yeah, wow. Insert your own jokes about capitalism or mercantilism. And here, really. So now we need a name. Every good organization needs a name. So let's see what we got. With organization identity 70. That is the found. No wait, sorry. The fleet. No, let's not call it the fleet. Let's call it the. Let's call it the 75. The guild. Okay, that works. All right. So affluence theme. That's a drop. One of my dice fell. Well, that's an 18 of the gilded brokers. All right, yeah. So that would be the guild of the gilded brokers. All right, that works. And at that point, Marie looks up at the crow's nest and calls, "Who is it? What colors do they fly?" He looks back. It looks down at her and says, they're flying golden colors, Captain. Can't tell more than that." Very face palms, like, of course they are. This is one of the few places in this region the guild hasn't touched. Of course they'd send someone here. Alright, alright. Um, prepare the longboat. I'm going ashore. I want, I want the ship somewhere safe. And the, quartermaster looks at her, is like, and they're like, "You sure, Captain? Yeah, you don't really have much reason to. I know, but we need to do this fast." Look, and she reaches into her pouch and she takes out an old idol made of steel. And we're going to do um our first move of the campaign. So our first actual move of the campaign is, of course, to swear an iron vow. So the way this works is that we uh, swear to complete a quest, and in this case, on an iron idol, of course, and we have to roll with heart to see what we get, and so Marie's heart is +2. So let's see here. She is going to roll and okay, that is a total of 7. So for a and as a weak hit. So she is determined, but begins her quest with more questions than answers. And I get a first. I get a +1 momentum, and we have to figure out where to go for how we are going to proceed. So we will be starting with find Ara Shah, our contact here in the city of Blackfall. This will be a formidable vow, so it's not exactly the best, but it's what we got to deal with. This is a city under attack, and there are plenty of dangers on its own. So that's where we're going to start, and let's see where this takes us. Um, Marie is going to lower one of her longboats. Now, in this setting, since it's a sandy sea instead of it, the longboats are more based on actual sailors, or sand yachts, as they're called, uh, which are so they have been built with sails and wheels, actually, like like actual wheels, as opposed to the larger um, things that we get from the on the ship. Um, so we're going to start with a secure and advantage. This will be to get her somewhere, get her to find a safe landing space. So I'm going to say this is stealth. So that would be plus shadow, which is a +2. So this is either going to go really well or really badly. Okay, that's actually not okay. That is a weak hit. So I can either take +2 momentum or add +1 to my next move. So this does give us some information at least. All right. So as she adjusts the sail on her longboat and starts making her way across the sand towards um, Black Blackfall, he manages to get out of the way of uh, out of the line of sight of the ships, and she can see these ships. They're flying a golden flag with like a symbol, sort of a large coin with a face on it. It's very tacky. Let's be honest, it's tacky. But they this is a group calling themselves the they literally use the word gilded, so they like being tacky. Looking up ahead, she adjusts it and she spots there is a landing area that she can get to, which she heads towards. And currently, it's at least not this immediate area is not under attack, so she's able to make land. To mark 1 on my progress tracker. So we will see if hopefully it'll help us moving forward. Is now on land. Well, on the in at the city. She hears the sounds of screaming, of gunfire. Like this place is under attack, and she grabs her her pepper box. So, let's she's gonna start by gathering information. She doesn't know where Ara is, but maybe she can get a clue towards something. She does not have great wits, so that's only a plus. It's only a 7 on the action die, but that is a weak hit. Um, he grabs someone that's running past me. Like, I'm looking for Ara Shah. Have you seen her? They're like, last time I think I might have seen her in near the old governor's mansion. I don't know, but I don't know what might have happened to her after that. Like this attack came out of nowhere. But as the and she's like "Mm, mm, like the governor's mansion's on fire. Of course it is. All right. That means probably either trapped in there or she's running. Don't quickly blame her. Yeah, and it's the latter. All right. Thank you. And she looks up there, like in the distance. We can see the manor, and she starts just to run toward it. It is like the person said, it is on fire right now, and the guild don't care. And they don't care. They are trying to wipe out the cursed scourge from the city, and they don't care who gets in their way. Question is she going to get into a fight before she reaches the burning governor's mansion? I'm going to ask the oracle, or at least is she going to get into a fight right now? So let's ask the oracle. I'd say it's likely. 77. Wow. That is actually a no. At least not in this section. of the city. She is not getting into a fight as she's making her way down the street towards the governor's mansion. Everyone is either a civilian running or is in a fight, and she's not really here to fight, at least not yet. So, yeah, gets through. She gets through without much of an issue. By the time she's there, she's coughing. She's sweating. Like she has just run through part of a burning city. Um, and she can see the old governor's mansion. The city has not had a governor for a while, but it's what they call it. And it is a three-story manor house. It is on fire. You can see there's a few people like running out. She's like, I'm looking for Aura. I'm looking for Aura Shah. Has anyone seen her? Let's see here. I'm gonna say it's likely. I'm gonna ask the Oracle again. I'm gonna say it's likely that Aura has fled. Oh my gosh! What the? Actually, well, that's almost certain. Okay. It's not. You're lower on almost certain, and it's a 99. It's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. That is crazy. It's like, uh, uh, yes, I think I saw her. She was on the third floor I don't know what she was doing though. She seemed to be doing something. Like, oh God. And there is the sound of gunfire as men dressed in the uniforms of the guild, with muskets drawn, come approach, and this is where we're going to have to do our first combat. So let's like you know, anyone who anyone who has the mark of the curse is to surrender immediately. And Marie's like, has that ever actually worked? Shut up! Uh, Civilian she was talking to holds her hands up. I don't have the markings. Please, let me go. And then she looks over at Ara and she spots just a bit of gray skin. Her, she's one of them. She's one of them. She's one of them. And the soldiers turn their attention on Marie, and she's like, "You, you just had to do." He points her and points her pepper box at the closest soldier and fires. And we're going to start combat. So our first combat, we have to deal with these guild soldiers if we want to get up the into the manor. I have determined this is dangerous. Like they are trained, and at the moment Murray is near a burning building that could be on the verge of collapse at any time. So yeah, this is not a sane person's encounter. Oh, we need to do a move called Enter the Fray. When you initiate combat or are forced to do a fight, envision your objective and give it a rank. In this case, we are trying to defeat these soldiers, or at least get away from them. Um, so let's see here. This will be plus edge since I have a ranged weapon in my pepper box, so, which is my best stat, so that'll be a plus 3. So let's see what I get. Okay, that's a strong hit. That's a strong hit right there. Okay, so I get +2 momentum, and what's the other one? I am in control. I am in control of this fight. That is a good start. All right. Marie has drawn her pepper box. She is pointing it at the nearest one. It's time. She's going to fire a shot, which is going to be a strike, and that will be. I jumped my guy again. All right, so that's a with edge, so that's a 9. Unfortunately, that's only a weak hit. Um, so I get to mark progress twice. But I am exposed to danger. So as I fire and the soldier takes a bullet to the shoulder. He stumbles backwards and tries to steady himself, but at the same time, another one of his compatriots lines up a shot right towards me and prepares and fire and prepares to take a shot at me. The Marine is going to attempt to avoid this. She's going to react to the fire, so she's going to try and dodge it, which is plus edge. Which again, it's her best stat. So that's a crap. That's not good. Okay, that's a weak hit. That's a weak hit. I have to make a suffer move. I avoid. Okay, okay. Marie takes. Marie dives out of the way, a but the shot fires, and let's see what happens on the suffer move. Okay, so I'm getting shot at. I'm going to roll on endure harm. I'm going to attempt to shake it off, or embrace the pain at least. So let's see what it's I get. Okay, this is what is this? This is my health is 5, so this is a +5. Okay, that's a 6. Okay, okay, strong hit, strong hit. Uh, uh, she she's like. Grabs her shoulder, and there's this moment of pain as the magic of the curse courses through her body. And she's like, "I'm all right," and she is going to embrace it, and she's going to power through it, take another shot at this guy. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. So yeah, that's a miss on a clash. So she's gonna have to pay the price. So she's in a bad spot right now. Marie has just been hit, and she tries to fire off a shot at the guy, but it goes wild, and something's going to happen. I when you pay the price, you you suffer the outcome of an action, which in this case was attempting to shoot him. So we get a 29. Okay, so your action causes collateral damage or has an unintended effect. Um, so she manages to get a shot off, but it doesn't. It goes wild, and it draws someone's attention. Someone very dangerous. I'd say she turns in time to see a, a weapon similar to her own, but more ornately designed as the actual commander of the guild forces steps onto the scene, looking at her, and we're going to roll up the details to see exactly who we're dealing with here. All right. So pronouns first. He, him. I'm gonna just say he, him. It just makes sense. So first look, 88. First look is uniformed. Okay, that makes sense. Uh, I mm, maybe he's more important than just your average. All right, attractive. Yeah, that's. I don't think she'd be attractive to Marie, but definitely to the average person. I'm gonna go with hostile for disposition. Role. The role's going to be a sailor commander. A trade person. Military. Combatant soldier. Accessories. Make it one accessory. 65. Um, Length of coiled rope. Ooh. Oh, weapon. 55. Wait, no, that's a 56. A musket with a keen musket with keen-edged bayonet. Yes. So not particularly pleasant. Um, Details. We can skip details. We just met the guy actually. Goals 54. Master of skill or trade. Okay, a skill or trade. Interesting. All right, and he turns and looks at Murray. He's a tall man dressed in the gaudy silver and gold uniform of the guild. He's like, you're one of those pirates, aren't you? One of the. Oh, I don't see why you would be here. This is not. This is a cursed town. Why are you here and interfering with our extermination of the infestation? He's like, okay. Who are you? Is my question. Why are you so important that you're here? Me? And then give him his name. I am Commander Silas Hayes of the Guild of the Gilded Brokers. I am here on orders from my guild masters. Why? To clear this infestation. of cursed. And really, why are you attacking innocent people then? This town has a deep wound, one that we are not able to get rid of by simply going after those who show the signs. And he turns and he looks at the civilian woman and turns and points his pistol at her. Even those who do not yet show the signs of the cursed must die. And he pulls the trigger. She lets out a gasp before falling to the ground dead. And Marie turns and looks at him. You didn't have to do that. Really, she's the one who turned you in. Captain Carver. Or should we call you the Banshee of the Sea, of the Sandy Sea? And really like, oh, of course you know who I am. And that is where we're going to call it for this session. We end in a bad spot. Marie is faced off against Silas Silas Hayes, the commander for the guild forces in this attack. And let's see what happens next time. Let's see if she can get out of this predicament, shall we? So, that's the end of our first session. And next time I will see you upon the Sea of Sand.